And now, As the Dice Roll, brought to you today by Lorndan Uber Eats. Quality Lorndan cuisine delivered straight to your spaceship airlock.
Previously on Cautious Optimism.
I think that Kyan is projecting psionic phenomena all over the ship, including predicting the future.
We'd make enemies of the guild, we'd make enemies of the people who've currently got Haas for some kind of hostage/work experience situation.
I have probably the worst headache I have ever had in my entire life.
After you left my lab, they brought in a cadaver. I discovered that he had ingested or been injected with something that stimulated the part of his brain that I believe gives us our latent psionic ability.
So somebody would take the substance maybe once or twice, get a couple of hits for 8 hours, and then suffer permanent brain damage.
Hello, Cautious Optimism.
Aurora Borealis Shand.
A human woman.
I'm not interested in selling this ship.
She has a huge smile on her face.
She's very important to me.
Hank Crawford.
Engineers.
Bad news, good news. Bad news, fuel leak.
Coming and going from the spaceport.
Good news, I found duct tape.
Kyan Brunt.
A Mator.
I am a doctor.
A 9-foot-tall, 4-armed creature.
I don't care if they call me Hey You, just let me do my job.
Rico.
Humanoid.
I'm observing you.
Cat person.
It's for science.
Haas.
A slimy, gelatinous
What are you hauling?
goo thing. Thank you, Cautious Optimism. Welcome to the station. So, if nobody has anything else they want to do during the trip, I think we can fast forward to landing on Lornda. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. So you arrive there without further delay, and you get permission to land, and it's time for Rory Shan to make a piloting roll.
Oh, Lord. I made it a success by 3.
Okay. Well, you're not bringing tears to anyone's eye with how beautiful your flight is this time, but you do competently land the spaceship. Nobody thinks you're drunk and needs to send security to check you out this time.
You're welcome.
After touching down in the unappropriate landing pad, for the sake of making things easier, let's just go ahead and say that you have the number for Ipeltaz, leader of the gang that has Haas.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to call him, but of course, you're free to do whatever you guys want to do now.
My plan would be to call him, to have him meet us here immediately, hand over Haas with the 500,000 lopsies, and we'll deliver and go. Wait a minute. Do we know where the other pickup is? Do we have a general idea? It wouldn't be in the same hangar, would it?
Seems unlikely. I mean, I kind of imagine that if we've said that we'll do it, like, Anya would have sent us some directions.
Or it would be waiting in the receiving bay, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know that you guys worked out.
Did we ever tell her we were going to do it?
I think we told her we were going to call her after we were done with the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so first contact is to Ipeltaz. Say, same time, MF, same time, where we do the trade-off.
All right.
And then if we survive that, we'll do the next.
So you ring him up. Beep, beep, boop. Hello.
Hi. I believe we have an exchange to make.
You're the Optimism?
Yes.
Okay. We'll meet you at the abandoned baby shoe factory. In one common hour, one space hour.
All right. See you there.
Beep, beep, boop.
So we got to go to the baby shoe factory, guys. let's load up and roll out.
I will grab my pistol that I previously stowed and never said another word about.
Okay.
We all love the baby shoe factory.
Yep, it's a classic here on Lorndans 3.
Apparently, it's where all of the shady deals go down.
Yeah, I think that's consistent on all planets. If there's a baby shoe factory, it's abandoned. It's where all the shady deals happen.
Some bad stuff happens there. All right. Well, if you guys want to go there, you all know how the tubes work and all of that. And so we don't need to make a big fuss about that again, I don't think.
I imagine Kayun really enjoys following everybody up the tubes, like with his stonking hangover that he's probably still got.
I think he's probably getting a little bit better because I think we've been up for a while. So
Is it better or are you just
Hopefully.
used to it?
it's very possible that it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, you're starting to feel better for sure. So I imagine one cool camera shot of you guys zipping by in the little tubes, and then you arrive at a familiar scene, the old baby shoe factory. So you've got the product. That's probably on a bunch of hover dollies. All of you are probably going to have to be pushing one of them.
Yeah, because there was quite a lot when it came in on the ship.
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll push a hover dolly.
Yep.
So you're at the entrance to the baby shoe factory. And right now you don't see signs of anybody anywhere around. What do you do?
I do. I do something I saw in an old Earth movie called Three Amigos, where I go caw caw. See if anyone answers.
Well, fun fact, that's very offensive on the avian world.
Well, luckily we're not there.
This being a shady situation and all, I kind of feel like I want to check the perimeter for traps and stuff.
Ah, good old-fashioned check for traps.
We're suddenly in a dungeon crawl. Nice.
Well,
Yeah, I'd like to roll a perception check.
Yeah, Bama, you want to roll perception, and everyone else who wants to can as well, of course.
I mean, I guess we should kind of all roll
Yeah.
perception.
ooh, I didn't fail or succeed. I tied.
Tied.
In a tie, don't you?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you went on a tie, and I got 8, which is mean I succeed by 4.
I failed by 1, so there's something in my eye.
Oh,
I succeed by 3.
okay, so Kayun and Rico both see what looks like a person inside the factory looking at you through one of the windows very carefully. Bama, you notice looks like footprints going inside the factory, like somebody entered, and you also notice little specks of slime on the ground.
Guys, it looks like there's a set of footprints going in. It looks like Haas may have been with them.
That is good news.
So, do we want to go in?
Seems like a sensible thing to do.
Yes.
I mean, they're not going to want to make a deal on the street, are they?
Who knows? But okay. So I'll go first. I'll go not knock on the door, but gingerly. Hey, we're here. Your drugs are here. I'll go and gingerly try the doorknob to creak it open.
Your London Uber Eats has arrived.
Yes.
The door it's not locked or anything, so it opens, creaks a bit, and as you see inside, it is a very large interior space. You see old rusty conveyor belts and cobwebs everywhere. And standing kind of in the center of the area is your good buddy Haas and 3 people wearing the skin-tight Lorndans suits that all the criminals seem to wear. None of those 3 are Ipultuz, and they all have guns, not drawn, but you can see them, holstered on their sides, so they are armed. And as the door opens, over the intercom for the factory, you hear a familiar voice of Ipultuz saying, "Hello, put the product in the center of the factory and we'll give you Haas back and your money."
I call out to Haas. You okay, Haas?
Oh, yeah. I've been having a great time. They've been having all kinds of fun with me being able to slide underneath doors to open up locked doors and stuff. Oh man! Oh boy, howdy! I've been having fun.
Wow. Okay. So I pull my hover dolly over to, come inside the door and just kind of set it down to the side and look at the rest of the crew if they want to line theirs up next to mine.
Yeah, I go and line mine up.
Yes.
And once they're all lined up and in place, the three surrounding Haas kind of give him a little. They kind of try to give him a show, but the gelatinous nature of his body makes that awkward. But he does get the hint, and he slithers over to you guys. And he says, "Gosh, I hope I didn't cause any trouble for you guys."
We'll talk about it on the ship, Haas.
Okay. And he elbows Captain Shan, and he says, I stole one of their guns. It's inside me.
Okay. No, I'm never going to get used to that phrasing. So I take a couple steps toward the center of the room and say out loud, so who am I to go to for the payment exchange?
Over the intercom, Ipple replies, well, before you get your money, we need to test the product, make sure it's legit. And you see another Lorndan literally rolls in as a ball. And he pops out, all of his appendages pop out, and he stops moving once he gets close to the crates that you lined up. And he opens one up, and he looks inside, and he looks up to the rafters, and Ipple says, go ahead, take it. And this guy reaches in, takes out one of the syringes, and just sticks it right into his body and shoots up, I guess. And then he looks around, and you hear Ipple over the intercom saying, how long does it take to take effect?
I don't remember. I look at the rest of the crew.
I don't know.
I think it's pretty quick here.
Yeah, I don't remember it taking very long last time.
Which it should be happening now.
Ipple says, okay, try to levitate something. And you see the tester reaches out with one of his hands towards a nearby rock, and his hand is shaking, and he's squinting all of his eyes, and, he's trying to do something with his mind, but the rock just sits there. It's not moving at all.
Oh.
He opens his eyes, and he says, it's working, boss, it's working. And over the intercom, Ipple says, no, it's not. The rock's not moving. And the test guy says, it is, look, it's floating. And his eyes are now drifting up into the sky as if he's looking at something slowly rising. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. My hand is turning. Look at my hand. It's glowing. I'm becoming pure energy. I'm ascending. But nothing's happening to him.
How many of these Lorndans can we physically see from where we're standing?
Well, you can see the three that had been guarding Haas. They're still there, and they're looking at that guy, and they're looking at each other. It's hard to tell what the expression is on this alien physique, but they're making a face, all three of them, at each other.
So I give a look to Hank, just with my eyes say, God damn it.
We may be in trouble, Captain.
Yeah. I lean over to Rico and Kyan and whisper, did we modify all of it?
Yeah.
And to be clear, he's not turning into pure energy or anything.
Right.
He's just hallucinating. And Rico, you would recognize this as being pretty much exactly what happens to the bird people. They have hallucinations that are in line with their religious beliefs. And from past experience that turning into pure energy is some kind of cultural goal of theirs. So
yeah, this looks like the alterations worked. I guess we did alter all of it, didn't we? Which was probably not very clever of us with hindsight.
I mean, why would we start now?
Yes, we altered all of it, Captain.
Okay, I then just stand there like, this is what we were expecting.
Okay. The tester guy is now laying down on the ground, and all of his arms are sticking out at odd angles. And he's saying, I'm floating. This is amazing. And Ipple's voice comes over the intercom and says, what is going on? What is happening to him? Oh, this is not what I was told would happen.
This is exactly what happens. This is what this drug does.
The boss of the other gang, our rival gang, was supposed to have powers, telekinetic powers. That's how we robbed that bank and made off all that money.
And you fell for that.
Oh my gosh. Was this all the drug does? It just makes you hallucinate?
I don't know. I don't take drugs.
Did you think there was going to be something else going on here? Kyan kind of takes off his sunglasses because I don't know.
For effect.
Because he's inside a really dark factory.
Look, as a medical professional, I can honestly say I don't know what to expect. It's drugs. We thought we were running drugs for you. It's drugs. What do you think drugs do?
Oh, man, I wish we had a good space curse word right now, because I feel like Ipple should be cursing. Over the intercom, you just start hearing, grumble,
grumble, grumble.
Gobble, gobble. And he says, you know what? I feel like somebody, probably Rory, needs to make a deception, persuasion, fast talk, something kind of a roll.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like Rory's job.
Yep. Oh my God.
Oh, what?
Nope.
Oh,
I failed by...
Oh, yikes.
I failed by 2.
failed by 2.
Anyone have anything they can lean on for assistance?
I can roll a diplomacy.
Anyone want to punch me in the face before I start talking?
I'll roll diplomacy and see what we can get. That's a 10, so that's a success by 3. I like these dice.
Success by 3. Okay. They kind of balance each other out. Ipple's going to say, okay, if this doesn't give you telekinesis, then somebody explain to me how the other gang was able to rob that bank without leaving any DNA evidence behind. How did they do that?
Here's how I fail my role. You didn't pay us to explain stuff to you, dude. You paid us to drop all these drugs. So we'd like our money so we can get on out of here, and you can figure that out on your own time.
And what diplomatic thing did Kyan say?
To counter that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, do we know any of the names of the people in their gang?
Ipple is the only one you're familiar with from this gang.
But I mean from the other gang, the boss's gang?
Oh, well, I mean, you knew the guy who is dead now, the kid who had ordered the drugs and tested them on himself.
That was Tribis.
Tribis, yeah.
Yeah, but he's dead. Kyan's going to basically say, well, they got that new person in, supposed to be really good at breaking and entering. And it sounds like, I don't know his name, but if you tried really hard enough, he might come over to your side and problem solved.
Okay. He says, what? So they got some new guy and made up a bunch of nonsense lies about psychic powers to throw us off the scent. That does sound like something the boss would do. Well, if I'm going to pay you all this money, they're drugs. I guess we could just sell them and make our money back that way.
Traditionally, I believe that's how the drug market works.
Yes, I know how the drug market worked, but that wasn't the plan. The plan was this was going to help us pull off heists without leaving any evidence.
This little guy rolling around on the ground seems to be having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
May I make just a suggestion? Perhaps you drug the guards of whatever it is you're robbing.
That's clever. You must be the brains behind this operation, huh?
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
We drug the guards, then we break into stuff. That could work. All right, this will be fine. We can make this work, I suppose.
Did you want some more of the stuff?
More of the stuff?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep your space phone telephone number. If we can turn a big enough profit with this shipment, we'll give you a call. Maybe we do.
Maybe we won't be busy doing something else when you finally call.
Okay. True Blue, give them their money. And one of the three that was guarding Haas walks over to you. But he's paying attention to the guy who tested it, who is now rolling back and forth on the ground, saying, "Wee, I'm flying." He comes over to you and he takes out basically an iPad and he pushes some buttons. And Rory, your credit chip goes, and you have successfully been paid.
How much was it? 500,000.
Correct.
I have updated the ship's bank spreadsheet.
Yay!
Very good. You guys just made a big score.
We're rich. Let's get the heck out of here.
Was that in character?
Yes. Let's go.
All right. The other three that had been guarding Haas kind of surround the guy who's testing and who's on the floor, and they're just making odd faces at him as he seems to be happy as a clam. And you guys exit the facility without further, adventures.
Can we just agree that as we exit, we get like a Reservoir Dogs montage of us like slow motion walking out of there? Kyan puts his sunglasses back on.
Yes, absolutely.
We're good at this, y'all. We're good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is your big win.
I feel like at some point in the montage, Haas trips.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse. Hello, I'm Joe Hogan, the editor of As the Dice Roll. I hope you're enjoying this week's episode of Cautious Optimism. This week's intermission will be a bit of a quick one. Hopefully the sound quality is okay because I'm actually recording this while in a hotel room on vacation. So hello from Salt Lake City. My husband Matt and I are here overnight as we continue our road trip all over the US. But just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean I don't want to hear from our listeners. GM's Shadow said on our Slack channel, "Who knew the ethics of drug traffickers were so complex?" We do seem to get into quite a few morality conversations in this campaign. GM's Shadow left his comment on our dedicated Slack channel for As the Dice Roll, and it led to a fun back and forth with a few of our listeners and cast members. So if you want to get in on that, go check out our Slack channel. We'd love to hear from you. You can also always email us at podcast@asthedicerollcast.com. Or if you want to leave us a voice message, you can do so by clicking on the link in our website at asthedicerollcast.com. You can also check out our Twitter at asthedicerollrp or our Instagram at asthediceroll. That's it for me this week. I'll be back on Tuesday, July 15th with the next episode of What Is Not. But until then, let's get back to the Cautious Optimism and see if the crew's luck continues right after a quick commercial break. When toxic culture has you down,
when you're just looking to laugh and have fun,
kick back and enjoy watching a video game,
or just make some new friends,
it's time to visit the Geek Media Network,
a community of podcasters, streamers, and bloggers.
Well, more of a family than a community.
All dedicated to geeking out about the things we love. Things like
video games,
Star Wars,
comics,
movies,
K-pop,
Disney Plus,
Keanu
Reeves,
new,
or whatever our community decides is the next best thing.
That's right. We have a great online community on Slack and Discord where we chat about our weekly geekery with listeners and viewers.
And each other.
Yep, and each other in real time, and we can't wait for you to join us.
So come check us out at geek2geekmedia.com.
And escape toxic fandom for something much more...
Keanu?
Yes, Keanu.
All right, guys. You're outside. You finished striking a pose.
Phew.
I contact Anya to find the location of the supercomputers so we can GT heck out of here.
Beep, beep, boop. Hello.
Hi, this is Captain Shand. If you want to go ahead and give us those coordinates for the thing we talked about, we'll pick that up and get on out of here.
Oh, yeah, very good. So you're looking for Zorlus Itz at CompuCorp, 336 Triumph Street. And don't worry, this deal is all completely legal, so you don't have to be all talking in code or anything like that. I will let him know to expect you.
What was the name of the company?
CompuCorp. Do we know what we're getting paid for this?
Upon completion of delivery to the research facility at Dulonia, you'll get paid 50,000 lopsies.
Very good.
And once again, what was the name of the contact?
Zorlus Itz.
Okay.
He's the guy at CompuCorp who will provide you the computers.
Gotcha. All right. I relayed that address to the group, and I guess we Google it, put it into Spaceways.
Yeah,
Spaceways it.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, it's easy enough to find its location and bippity boppity boop through the old hypertubes, and about an hour later, there you are. It's a very tall skyscrapery building. It looks very expensive and sleek and fancy. And there's a bunch of Lorndans walking around, coming and going into the building. Looks like a real happening place.
All right.
You enter the building, and there's a receptionist counter there with several Lorndans working behind the counter. One of them looks over to you and says, "Can I help you?"
I walk up. Yes, we have a meeting with Zorlus Itz.
Oh, okay. Yes, he said some delivery people were going to be by, going up to his office on the second floor, Suite 6.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We all pile into an elevator.
A little mini hypertube. Boop, boop, boop. A minute later, you are walking into what looks like a scientific laboratory. There are computers all over the place, most of them half assembled or disassembled, and computer parts and electronics everywhere. Imagine a lot of those plasma balls that have little electric currents going out to the wall and all zippy zappy. There's a lot of neon lights all over the place, too, from glowing computer electronic parts. And as you're taking in all of the electronics and stuff around you, you see a Lorndan wearing a white, what looks like a, doctor's coat, walking over to you. And he says, "Hello, you're the delivery people, right?"
Yes, that's us.
"Oh, I'm Zorlus Itz. Pleased to make your acquaintance. And these are some of the finest computers you'll find anywhere in the galaxy."
What makes them so great?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. You probably know that your own computer systems from your various nations and planets and whatnot use binary systems. My computers use a trinary system. That's right. Off, on, and maybe. That gives us a computational advantage over every other computer ever made.
So we got zeros, ones, and question marks. Got it.
Exactly.
That's great.
Right. We've got the supercomputers that you're delivering to the research facility on Dulonia, but you probably have some kind of a ship. Are you interested in a computer upgrade for your ship?
Absolutely.
I've created a special computer specifically for helping spaceships. It has an artificial intelligence built into it that was modeled after my own personality. So, basically it's perfect. Here, come right over here and I can show it to you.
Rico is right over there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
He rolls over to it's about the size of a human, 6 feet tall, as we've established previously. Tube with all kinds of glowy lights and spigots and stuff coming off of it and places to plug things in. And there, in the center of it, there's a screen with one red light. And when he says, "Hello, Shipcom," the light kind of flashes as it speaks. And it says, "Hello, I am Shipcom. Can I help you?" And he says, "Go ahead, ask Shipcom the location of any planet in the known galaxy."
Dulonia.
Dulonia is located at spatial coordinates 337, Mark 257, Mark 111. It is in the middle of a trinary star system. The research facility there experiences extreme gravitational shifts, and that is the reason its research facility is located there. It is studying the intense gravitational poles of the area.
Is that true? Do we know? I mean, that sounds great, but I don't know how to verify it.
I imagine Rico, as a scientist, would probably have heard about it at least a little bit, and it sounds legit.
Yes, Captain, that's my understanding of the situation.
Hank, do you think this is something that our ship could use?
Scanning existing ship, cautious optimism. No. Shipcom incompatible. No.
Shipcom, why are you incompatible with the cautious optimism?
Shipcom is the most advanced shipboard computer system in the galaxy and is only compatible with advanced state-of-the-art spaceships.
What other upgrades would be necessary to integrate you, Mr. Shipcom?
You would have to upgrade the ship to a different ship.
We'll take 2 of them.
It's just a hard no.
Gonna force this computer onto the ship.
Zarless, it says, "Well, don't Don't listen to it. He is completely compatible with any kind of ship, and I'm sure he would be fine. And Shipcom says, please, creator, do not let me go with them.
Yeah, this is not a compatibility issue. This is a fear of being stuck in banana bread.
We've all been there. So what's the price point on this fine machine here?
Zorla says, oh, it's a state-of-the-art computer system, 100,000 lopsies.
Or I have a suggestion. Forgive me for stepping in, Captain. I'm just
No. I back up. It's all you.
So you're looking to pay $50,000 for this shipment you've got going out. How about you keep the payment for the shipment? We deliver the shipment as per schedule. You give us this computer. We'll integrate it into our system, and we will slap CompuCore's logo on the side of our banana bread ship.
Good going, Hank. That's a good trade-off.
Make a roll for diplomacy, persuasion, anything.
I don't have any of those, so if Joe can tell me the base roll based off of something, I'll go with that.
It's usually -4 stats, so probably -4 intelligence.
Yeah, take your IQ -4.
IQ -4, so I got to beat an 8. Boom! 5.
Whoa.
Nice.
Sweet.
Good job.
Zorlas says, that sounds fair. You have a deal.
And I'll shake all of his hands.
And
Nice.
Shipcom says, error.
Is there a mute? Do we have a mute on the...
No, Shipcom cannot be muted. And Zorlas says, yeah, there's a mute. It's right.
I'm going to lean over to the captain. I got the programming. We'll just adjust him once we integrate him.
This pleases me. Also, Mr. We're going to need the biggest decal logo that you have, maybe to help keep the ship together. So just 2 or 3 of those will do.
A bumper sticker so big, the structural integrity of the ship improves.
I mean, it can't make it worse.
It adds 50 hit points.
That's fair. So he sets you up with a hover dolly for Shipcom to transport it back to your ship. And as he's showing you the 10 supercomputers that you'll be transporting, and these are 6 feet tall, but they're also 6 feet wide, which is, of course, much wider than a human body. But
right.
Of course.
Big old computers. As that's going on, he gets a beep beep boop on his space phone telephone, which he answers, and he looks at you and he says, yeah, I'm sorry, my partners and I are trying to get pregnant, and it sounds like according to our schedule, it's time to go try to make that happen. So I am going to take off. I'm going to leave you with Newly Toll. He is my assistant. He's a great guy, and I am going to go visit my partners. It's baby time. Okay?
Good luck.
Thanks. And he rolls up into a ball and starts rolling out of the room. And over in the corner, in the direction he pointed at when he said, my assistant, Newly Tool, you see a very young Lorndan standing upside down on his head, balancing on his head. All of his eyes are closed, and you can hear him kind of going, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Did that just happen? I feel like that was oddly specific and personal.
It did feel a little bit like an overshare, certainly.
Yeah.
These Lorndans are a strange race.
All right. Well, hey, Mr. Tool, sir.
All of his eyes open, and he looks at you, and he says, oh, hello.
Hi. You're going to help us get these computers to the ship.
Oh, okay. Did Zorlas have to leave?
He did.
Is it because it's baby time?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been doing that a lot lately. I think that's why he hired me. Okay, here, hold on just a sec. And he rolls into a ball and rolls right side up and stands up again and says, hi, I'm Newly. You guys are getting those supercomputers. I'm sorry, I was meditating, but yeah, I can help you with the supercomputers. No problem.
Great, thank you.
You're all very interesting. Hey, one of you's made out of slime, and hey, you're a cat.
Yes.
You're like a person. You're like a cat who's a person.
Yes.
Wow. What do they call your species?
Well, that's a very interesting question to which there are several answers currently on the go. I think we're going with Felanian.
I like it.
Felanian. Oh, wow. And what about you with the 2 arms? And he's looking at Hank.
We're Humanians.
Humanians. I have never met a Humanian before. This is all very exciting.
Well, now you've met 2.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I'm a girl one.
Oh, a girl one.
Yes.
Oh, that's fascinating. And you're a binary species, right?
Yes.
It's arguable, but yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. Oh, it would be so much easier if relationships could exist with only 2 people. Okay. And what about you with the 4 arms?
I'm a Matorb.
And are your relationships quadrary?
No, but I see where you would get that.
Oh, this is really exciting. Let me ask, do any of your cultures pursue the dream of becoming pure energy?
No, it's a common thing for many species, though. I've come across it plenty in my travels.
Huh. I've recently become a member of the Society to Achieve the Ultimate Goal through Meditation. And we have been trying to evolve into beings of pure energy through meditating and spiritual means, which is very different from most of our people who think that science is the way forward. And I wonder if any of your cultures have any similar beliefs about meditating to shed the mortal body?
Let's just say no. Just no. No.
Okay.
We haven't had a lot of luck joining organizations. We're all backing away slowly.
No.
I have some flyers here. If you'd like to take them and read them over later.
I'll take a flyer.
Sure, I'll take a flyer.
He passes them out to everybody. And on the cover of the flyer is a Lorndan upside down, standing on his head, as it were, with his eyes closed. And the top of his feet that are up in the top are starting to glow as if he is becoming energy. And it says, the future of our society will be based on the mind, not the body. And he says, read it over. It is some very exciting stuff. It has literally changed my entire life.
It's very fascinating. Most of our spiritual backgrounds revolve around efficiency and safety. So we're really into floating at things and getting on with it, you know?
Oh, how interesting. What do you call your religion based on efficiency?
We call it the 9 to 5. The 9 to 5 religion. Where we want to be able to just, do the best we can as quickly and as safely as possible.
Okay, well, in deference to your religious beliefs, let's get to work. And he starts rolling over towards the supercomputers.
Don't forget that talking computer. We're taking that one as well.
Oh, you're taking Shipcom?
We're taking Shipcom.
Negative, lies.
we are.
No, Shipcom is the most intelligent shipboard computer system I've ever seen. Why does it say no?
Our ship's kind of a relic.
We'll bring him around.
He's just nervous.
It's just nervous. He looks down at the computer database and he sees that you have, in fact, purchased Shipcom. And he says, okay, well, sorry, Shipcom, according to this, it says that, and then all of a sudden, the computer that he's looking at, the computer console he's looking at, winks out, and then comes back, and all it says on it is, Shipcom not for sale.
Oh, Shipcom.
Oh, Shipcom.
I don't think you understand how this works.
Sorry, Shipcom. And he loads that and the other 10 supercomputers up on a giant hover dolly that is exactly the size of the industrial hypertube, so it'll fit in there perfectly.
Nice.
It's obviously all been set up to work with that system. And so you've got Shipcom on there with the 10 supercomputers, and he says, all right, this hover dolly was designed by Zorlus. It's actually voice activated, so you just ask it to follow you, and it'll follow you where you want it to go. And you can keep this hover dolly if you want. We have a bunch of them.
I thank you. That's very efficient. And will help us get out of here safely.
Dibs.
Well, you're welcome. I hope that it helps you achieve your weird religious goals.
Thank you.
And with that, he rolls back over to the corner where he gets himself upside down and closes his eyes and goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
We'd tube it on out of there.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, leaving seems like a really good idea right now.
Well, you guys can get back to the Cautious Optimism without any further delay.
Next time on Cautious Optimism.
Installing this guy's a bit of a giant upgrade for your ship. Hello, this is Shipcom, your fully automated ship system.
You guys have installed Norton antivirus on my ship, haven't you?
What I need to do is create an emergency stop for his control systems.
The newly extended long-range sensors have detected a vessel approaching on an intercept course.
You've been listening to As the Dice Roll. The As the Dice Roll intro music is The Soap Opera by James Bowers. You can find and license his music through Pond5 at pond5.com. All the rest of the music in this episode is by Darren Curtis and can be found at darrencurtismusic.com. The opening voiceover is by our very own Rob Sometimes. You can find his podcast at comicbox.libsyn.com. And the As the Dice Roll logo was created by Maricel Edwards. Check out her book No Great Matter at msedwards.com. As the Dice Roll is a proud member of the Geek to Geek Media Network. Check out other Geek to Geek shows, streams, and content at geektogeekmedia.com. If you'd like to contact the show, you can send an email to podcast at asthedicerollcast.com. Individual players and GMs' social media can be found on our website at asthedicerollcast.com.